While I'm here, Jeroen, what case do you have for us?
Yeah, in this case, we're focusing on people, right? So we're looking at collaboration because organizations tend to evolve around people doing something similar and helping people. Well, this case that we currently have is about Doctors Without Borders. Very inspiring. They help people around the world in critical situations where they need medical attention. Everybody will probably notice them. What you probably don't know is that in the background there's a lot of IT also involved in keeping that organization running. And only 5 years ago, that was a pretty much distributed organization. They had 5 different IT centers around the world to actively help all the people in the field and keep everything up and running. And that was quite inefficient. In 2019, they started out a large project led by MSF SITS internally that made sure that all that effort was focused again. They built up one department to help all those distributed workforces around the world. And by that, they created the environment to actively collaborate with each other. So instead of separate islands with everybody their own solutions, their own expertise, they could tap into each other's expertise and knowledge and reuse that. Basically in 2 ways, by sharing that knowledge, for instance, with knowledge shared knowledge-centered support, which Martin is going to show. And the second one is by easily having the ability to distribute work to others or actively ask others to help. For instance, if an IT team was down on people from other time zones or other regions could just easily help the same customer again. And that's the examples that we're going to see now.
And that sounds like a very good idea. And that's the what. I guess, Martin, you are the how guy. How did you help this wonderful organization?
Cool. Thanks for the introduction. Yes, I'm going to show you a bit more about the how. I'm going to show you how they did it in TOPdesk, how they shared some information between different departments, different countries, basically, because they're a global company. So I'm going to start off with the backside, which MSF SITS in Prague implemented. So let's start with the modules overview first. And then we go back to the incident page to show you how many incidents, how many tickets in our name are. So we start with an overview of the first line incidents or tickets. So there's quite a few, so you don't know where to start. So we take the bottom one or the top one, in this case a failure, and we don't know basically what is happening. So I'm taking over the role as a service desk employee, not exactly knowing what there is and relying on expertise of others in the company. So what you see is a general ticket in TOPdesk, and you see something on ink and message. And the easy one is to start typing in here, ink is low. And then you already see a suggestion. So we have to click on it, or you might want to click on it. And you see already the solution in place. So that's quite easy. This is not done by me. I don't know anything about printers in this case. But it's done by someone else who has the knowledge, who has the expertise, either in a different department or different country, and implemented in TOPdesk for me to use. So in this case, I click on include everything, apply it, and it's all there in the system. But that's not all. We have a bit more. You need to register it in a good categorization. And therefore, TOPdesk already gives you the suggestion to do it, in this case, either on printers or TOPdesk or phone. In this case, of course, it is a printer is the most logical one. It's sort of a machine learning AI option. We don't choose a different operator. As already the answers in the topic, we're going to close the ticket. You say it's solved, and we save it. And at the same time, a ticket, or in this case an email, is being sent to the end user. I'm not going to actually send it, but it's being sent to the end user to provide with a solution and right answer. So this is one for example from the service desk to an end user. We can use the same example if it's, for example, out of office hours. But let's change tabs and let's have a look, in this case, for the end user environment. We're going to do the same thing. It's on my workspace. And we see a variety of options, and we see printer as well, so we're going to click on that. If you want to read all the items, it's up to you to do so. But in this case, it's a printer malfunction, and we want to know something about it. And again, we type in there, ink is low. And what you see on the right side, TOPdesk is already looking for the right solution. AI, machine learning is already kicking in, and the same one is again. So this is the same knowledge item being used from any back office to the front office, as from the front office back to the, in this case, end user. Back to you guys.
I love it how when something complicated ends up being quite simple.
Yes.
Wolter, do you have anything to add to this?
Well, I really like the previous talk where it really was described how you can get employees that are happy, that have the tools at hand, that feel the freedom to reach your goal. I think this is a nice example. If you can contribute to sharing your knowledge to other folks in front office and make their life easier, lowering down the calls, freeing up time for everybody, then the real fun starts, because then you really can start improving. So now I've got nothing more to add. This is what you want, basically.
Yeah. I get it. We have a question from the audience. Okay, all three of you, listen, because I don't know who it's for or who wants to answer this one. So you hit the red button. No, we don't have that. How do you best share knowledge? In silos with in-depth knowledge, or cross-functional teams with more overall knowledge?
Ooh. I'm expecting Jeroen to hit the button.
You're looking at Jeroen, I'm looking at Jeroen. Jeroen, it's yours.
Yeah, I'm in favor of the second one, because if you look at it from different perspectives, with different people that experience how people are being helped, you always improve the whole service environment. I don't believe in experts somewhere tucked back in the back office in a closed room. That's not how you touch and feel the experience of your customer.
Can I add something to this?
Sure.
What you sometimes see in some organizations, that an expert will guard their knowledge, right? Because it's their safety net somehow. If they have knowledge and others don't, then they won't get fired, which is unsafe if you have that thought anyway. The way I love to see it is that people find it fun to find solutions. Some people do, right? Some people find it fun to talk to customers. Others find it fun to solve puzzles. And you don't need specific knowledge to solve puzzles. It's more of an attitude that you have. So if you can make it so that the ones that love solving puzzles can have the time to do that and reap the success of it, which is being passed to the folks that like to talk to customers, then you get best of both worlds, baby.
Yeah.
But don't try to guard your knowledge because, oh, then I'm important. That's a red flag waving, really.
I hear you. Thank you for your insights. And thanks again for this interesting case.